Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this review of WWE Raw 25. I have got lots to say on this subject, and there's a big thing actually that's playing on my mind at the moment. I've seen a video doing the rounds of the crowd at the Manhatten Center chanting for refunds and basically complaining that I think it was like $400 to get a ticket. I think they had 3 matches. A couple of them were squash matches. I think the other one might have been a cruiserweight match. And they obviously had the DX reunion. There was a little bit of stuff that happened after the cameras stopped rolling. There was the Undertaker appearance, and largely that was it. Now they feel that for $400 they should have got much, much more, and I'm sure a lot of you out there are going, yeah, they should have got much, much more. I don't agree. I personally think that a large part of that money is literally just going to that venue and going upstairs and seeing the old school WWE layout, you know, the ring ropes, the turnbuckles, the Ico Pro sign, the neon entrance sign. I mean, there is nostalgia everywhere in that place, and I'm sorry, but I would say $300 of the $400 went the second you walked in that door, because I wanted to go to the Manhatten Center and I wanted to have a look around, because I don't know if they will ever do that again. Certainly in a venue that small I would not expect to see the Undertaker, which is just... And I actually thought it was actually quite a good segment. Like, there's a lot of people going, what a waste of time that was. And I do understand, because people were waiting for John Cena to come out or something to happen. But you got to remember, sometimes you've got to just stop and remember what's happened. And, like, there was a lot of people that Undertaker beat in the early days of Raw. And in fact, on the very first Raw, he defeated Damien Demento in that room, in that Manhatten Center, and he just took a moment to say, like, you know, he's at the end of his career, anyone that was defeated, you know, I want you to rest in peace. He's kind of coming to terms with everything that he's done. It's kind of like putting a bit of a full stop on it. I liked it. I kind of liked the sense, because he could have come out and said, I'm digging holes, taking souls, who knows what the future's going to bring. And you'd be like, none the wiser than... But he didn't do that. He came out and he said, you know, in a way, it's been a long journey. And, you know, anyone that I've put to rest, I want them to rest in peace. I just liked it. I just thought it was a pretty cool moment. And I should imagine it was just absolutely magical in that room. But then apparently not. I think WWE did drop the ball in the sense of, like, they kept going back and forth between Barclays and Manhatten Center. Really, they should have just done the first hour. The crowd would have been really into it, and then, like, you watch the rest of it on the screen, or you watch what's happening at Barclays for 2 hours, and then the final hour is just non-stop Manhatten Center. The thing is, if you do that, though, is that the crowd will switch off, obviously, when they're not on TV. And then you could argue that you're just paying money to sit and watch a screen, which is what the Manhatten Center crowd are arguing now. Not all of them. I'm not hating on everyone that was at Manhatten Center. As I said, I wanted to be there. But it's, yeah, there's just a loud percentage that is making noise about wanting refunds and things now. And I'm finding myself having conversations on Twitter, and I don't see it. I don't get it. I'm not saying anyone's wrong, I'm just telling you what my opinion is. And my opinion is that if you go into a room like that, you know, you'd want to look up at the balcony and remember when Jerry Lawler was, you know, laying into Stu Hart and Helen Hart, like giving them grief over Brett. You know, that happened in that room. Mr. Perfect versus Ric Flair happened in that room. I think the 1, 2, 3 Kid versus Razor Ramon happened in that room. Where the 1, 2, 3 Kid got arguably one of the biggest upsets of all time, happened in that room. As I said, the Ico Pro sign, and I saw people with Ico Pro t-shirts, so were they selling those there as well? You know, the ropes was red, white, and blue, just like it used to be. The neon sign, as we said, all of these things. Jerry Lawler was there. JR was there. They had matches. It's not like there was nothing happening. And we'll come to the matches in a bit, but I just think that a lot of it was the nostalgia. And personally, I would have got a lot of enjoyment out of that. But I think a lot of the fans that went kind of had a look around and went, yeah, this is cool, this is going to be a great night. And then not a great deal happened for them. So, you know, I can see what they're saying, but I just disagree. I just think a lot of the value of going there is because you went there. Because who knows when WWE will, if ever, go back to the Manhattan Center, and that is where it all began. So yeah, I'm a little bit irritated by that. And I've seen like a few, like What Culture have put up an ups and downs. I think they've done 8 downs and 6 ups, and it's just not reflective of the show that I watched. So I wanted to go through the points that they raised, kind of give you my thoughts on them. The headline is, I thought this was a great Raw. I thought that it was, you didn't know what was coming next. There was legends popping up absolutely everywhere. Some of the storylines, can't really say they progressed, but with that close to the Royal Rumble, nothing needs to progress. And then, like, a lot of this is just standalone. So, like, it's there to enjoy having the legends around. I mean, you just didn't know what was going to happen next. So, like, it started, let's go to the very beginning. It started with Mr. McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon. What a great segment. Vince McMahon just getting some of the best heel work in I've seen in ages. Just like, this plaque looks cheap, but, well, then again, we are in Brooklyn. Whoa! And he was laying into Brooklyn. And, of course, the glass breaks. Out comes Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've seen people saying, oh, he should have done more. No, no. What more do you want him to do? He came out and he defended the people of Brooklyn. He came out, defended the Barclays Center, delivered like a Stone Cold stunner to Shane. Vince obviously going, look, I'm an old age pensioner now. I'm a senior citizen. Shane's in his prime though. Go after Shane. I thought that was hilarious. Stephanie as well going, we've started a GoFundMe page. It's just so they can buy this cheap looking plaque. Yeah, I just thought it was funny. And then you had Stone Cold coming out, and it just ticked the boxes. Like, I didn't need anything else. So I thought that was really, really smart. The women's match, I agree, was pretty dull. But I liked the end. I liked Asuka standing tall. Kind of, you know, it gets you asking a lot of questions. I think that means now that you could be looking at Ronda Rousey, because I don't think Asuka's going to stand tall here and then win at the Rumble. And if she doesn't win the Rumble, that's not the end of her, like, undefeated streak, because she lost the Battle Royal down in NXT and they don't count it. So they wouldn't count the Royal Rumble. So I expect Asuka now to lose. And, well, who wins? Maybe Ronda Rousey. So I'm more excited as a result of that match now for the Royal Rumble. Yes, you have to think about it in, like, really weird way, but I am. And so it did its job. I saw people saying, like, the Revival were buried and all this kind of stuff. And, again, look, it's a one-off show. Of course, the legends are going to get their moves in, and they need to do it on someone. You could argue it shouldn't have been the Revival, and I totally agree. But I just think that they've not really had a chance to do much on the main roster because they've picked up some crazy injuries. They're only just coming back. It's not as if they're, you know, in the middle of like a feud, or they're full steam ahead, or they've got an undefeated streak. They just haven't even begun yet. That's the truth. So you might as well just chuck the Revival over. Plus, I'm not being funny. It's pretty cool for the Revival to say they wrestled in the Manhattan Center. That is special. So I should imagine they're not too down about it. The other one as well was Matt Hardy. Woken Matt Hardy was defeated by Bray Wyatt. Not really a squash, but not a very long match. Sister Abigail putting Matt Hardy away. But, yeah, again, not really established. They've obviously got big plans for the character. So if he's going to pick up a loss, might as well be now. Because they've got plans for another final deletion. Obviously compound kind of thing. Matt Hardy talking about Vanguard 1 on Twitter. So I think it's all building. It's all coming. I just don't see a problem with him picking up a loss now, because he's got so many more places that he can go and grow that it's fine. Give Bray more than deserves a win. Think announcing The Undertaker, that was cool. Obviously JR, Jerry Lawler on commentary. Fantastic to hear them again. The women coming out, the legends, I thought that was nice. Few people missing. Not sure why there was no Alundra Blaze. I didn't read that she had like other commitments. I think Edge did. But yeah, you know, the Jason Jordan getting booed out of the building. Like, I suppose it shouldn't be that surprising, but it was pretty savage. And yeah, Christian was in there doing a peep show. Wasn't really a great deal for Christian to do, but he was there. It was an episode of the peep show, something to look forward to, and yeah, kind of did its job. So I'm interested to see, actually, you know, they teased the tension a little more with Seth striking Jason Jordan by mistake, and you can just tell they're heading for a split, and it's going to be epic, and I can't wait. So again, even that segment just got me excited. $1 Million Man moment was awesome. They were playing poker backstage, the APA, and then this big wad of money goes down, and it's the $1 Million Man with the $1 Million Championship laughing his head off. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And that actually led to a match as well. That's how we got to Titus Worldwide against Heath Slater and Rhino. And then the Dudley Boyz came down, and this is what I'm saying. It was just legends and surprises, and I don't know what people wanted. Well, I do, CM Punk, but it was never going to happen. CM Punk was never coming down. I think people as well was like really expecting John Cena, Undertaker, and when that never materialised, I think people were disappointed. But I think if you just went into it expecting to be entertained, I think you was entertained. I was entertained. I don't get it. I don't get it. Jericho was awesome. Now, see, the thing is, he's still working with New Japan, so it seems like WWE didn't want to put him out there, maybe because of the chants. You know, who knows what they would chant. People might be expecting Naito to come out and attack him, or Kenny Omega, and it's just like people's expectations are just insane. So it looks like, I don't think it was punishment, but a lot of this was done backstage. They kept Jericho backstage. Nice little interaction with Elias, putting him on the list. I just thought it was cool. And then Elias went out, and Jimmy Fallon was ringside. John Cena came down. Elias looked good. John Cena made Elias look good, or maybe Elias made Elias look good. I'm not sure, but he looked good. And again, another segment. Didn't think I was going to be that into it, but it was all right, you know. So yeah, I was into that. And then obviously, we've gone all this time, and I've not even spoken about Braun, Brock, and Kane. What a way to end the show! Like when he gets Brock and drives him through the commentary table, I didn't think it had broken properly, and it like kind of like collapsed awkwardly, and it looked nasty. It looked great, and I was really into it. So again, you know, as an ending to the show, that moment when Heyman's like announcing Brock, and Brock comes out, he's like the same colour as his red shirt, and he's just like, oh, it's all kicking off now. And we had a title change. Intercontinental Championship changed hands. Miz defeated Roman Reigns, got a new Intercontinental Championship. What does this mean? Is Roman being punished because he uses steroids, allegedly? I don't know. Or is it more of a case they want him free so he can go on to face Brock at WrestleMania like the rumours are? What was that stare down between The Miz and Daniel Bryan as well? Oh, fire! That's what that was. Absolute fire. This show, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. As you can tell, just like so much going on. I'm sure there's like a million other things that I missed. Trish was knocking around backstage. I saw a little clip of her and Bayley. Mean Gene talking to AJ Styles, and AJ Styles doing that Hulk Hogan impression. Well, I'll tell you what, Mean Gene. I just, man, yeah, great, loved it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, if you was at the Manhatten Center, let me know what really happened. Am I missing something here? Because I'm hearing that there were screens, and I know it's not cool watching stuff on screens, but a lot of this was filmed backstage. Jericho was backstage. That APA $1 Million Man thing was backstage. AJ Styles was backstage. So, oh, and Bischoff was there. So, like, they brought out, like, Bischoff and John Laurinaitis and William Regal as well. Yeah, wow. It was good. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.